guys, getting back to you with another video of Railroader gameplay. And right now we are currently in the process of making our way back to... Well, we're actually on our way back from Bryson. We were up in Bryson. I had to take some coal cars all the way up there. And now we are currently on our way back with a couple empty cars that have to go back to the Sylvia interchange. So we are currently in the process of doing that right now. My other cars, or my other trains, I should say, are still going back and forth with passengers. And so far, so good. We've been able to stay... we have been able to stay pretty busy here on Railroader. So far, everything has been going pretty good. Been able to keep all my equipment in shape and in good working order. We've had a couple hiccups here and there as far as as far as things go, and it was just stuff that I was trying my hardest to avoid, because my safety percentage is still not where I exactly really want it to go. And a lot of it has just basically just been trial and error. Like, for example, I'll have cars that are, sitting, on a rip track somewhere, and I think I have them, backed in far enough to where the train's not going to hit them. And the train still gives them a little bit of a nudge, and it derails the engine, and just stupid stuff like that you want to obviously try to avoid and not do, and you think you're one step ahead, and then something minor happens and you got to take 4 steps backwards. So yeah. So yeah, I wanted to wait for the train to get its whistles out of its system here. So we have a couple more stops that we got to make. Got a couple more cars that we got to pick up that are empty. They got to go back to the interchange, and then for the most part, we'll be all set, and then probably be ready to fast forward to the next day. Right now, we are on day 15 of the game, so so far so good. Definitely cannot complain about the way things are going, other than the few minor mishaps that have made my safety percentage go down a little bit. But what are you gonna do? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep on making our way back here to the interchange, pick up a few more cars, check on the passenger trains and see how they're doing, and we'll be back here in just a little bit to show you guys the progress we've made throughout today. Okay, guys, we are at our first stop. Well, actually, technically our second stop. We got a couple of... I think we have a couple. Is it just this one right here, or do we have to pick up? Yeah, there is one back here too. So, yeah, we have... Let's see. Gotta get over here. And we need to... I think the easiest thing to do would be to... Let's see. Okay, let's see. we need to unhook and really add my shift key down. Damn it. These things are a pain in the ass sometimes, I swear. Okay, so I guess since we're already in reverse, we'll go ahead and we will go over here and get this one Stenzel car. I know the one thing I wish I hadn't done was I wish I had never done the milestone for the signals. Um, I mean, yeah, I understand what the purpose of them is. Like, it's supposed to help prevent, like, collisions and all that good stuff. But I swear, half the time I got to go down here and I got to, either pass the signal, and I'm sure that's probably not good for the safety percentage either. All right, let's see. Well, that train is hooking up to those cars. Let's check on train number 2 here. Looks like it's got all the passengers picked up, so it's going to take off here in just a second. So that train's good. Number 4 is still on its way. So let's switch back over here. Top off with coal and water when we get to Whittier here. Because Sylvia is a ways away. Alright, let's see. Release the handbrake. Those are good to go. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull all the way up here. And we're going to put that back car right here. This particular reason right here is why I'm not a fan of the signals, is because when I'm swapping cars like this, it'll go up here to this signal and it'll sit there because it has to stop, and then you got to sit there and wait. Eventually, I just pass the signal, which I know you're not supposed to do. All right, while this is getting switched around, let's see how we're doing over here at the sawmill. Still got a few more logs that need to be unloaded, and then we'll be able to switch these to go back here, and then these cars will go back to Connolly Creek. Then once we swing through Whittier here, we'll pick up this car and these 2 cars. and head to Sylvia. Okay. This right here, prime example. Trying to get my cars swapped around. And I know you can go here and you can mess with stuff, but haven't quite really figured out how this works yet. It's in the works, so but that'll definitely come with time here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and grab this car right here. Okay. Get hooked up here. Put that car right here. Once we get hooked up here again, I'm just going to back this entire thing straight through. And then put this other car back. It'll be a lot easier for me to put the car that's got to go back over here at the Stenzel MFG place. It'll be a lot easier for me to just go like this and like this, up and then back up, versus having to go all the way back down here like I did the first time. So try to make life a little bit easier here. Go up here. Oh, little too close. those are hooked up. Alright, let's see. The handbrakes are released, so now we're going to go down here. There should do it. Maybe a little bit farther, just to be safe. So yeah, I'm little, just a little heads up about this. Hold on. So one thing about this game, guys, is that I am still a rookie and I am still, a greenhorn when it comes to playing this game. I'm still doing stuff that's trial and error. Obviously, now that I have the signals, you would think that by now I would have, these controls figured out right now, but just haven't taken the time out to do it yet because I'm, been more focused on swapping back and forth between trains. And so we'll get there eventually, but still learning, still got a lot more to learn and all that good stuff. So, all right, we're going to leave these here for the time being. And now we're going to go back up here and stuff that one car back here where it needs to go. Okay, that's back where it needs to go. Alright, now let's hook back up to these cars and go over here to the sawmill. Pick those up. Ah, crud, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Go figure. Here comes my passenger train. Just hang tight. let's see, that train is going to go on the second track. So actually, I can actually just pull ahead to get out of its way. Okay, now we'll go up here just to get out of the way. Get number 2 rolling here. Not number 2, need number 4. Here come the whistles. At least I thought there'd be whistles. Guess not. Alright, I guess while we're waiting for my passenger train to get out of the way, we can go up here real quick since it's not too far away. And let's see. I guess we'll go up here and we will park those cars up here on these tracks for now. Alright, well, now that this passenger train is here, what I do is everybody. So, what I do is this train and my other passenger train both meet here at Whittier. And then I offload all of the passengers into this depot. And then all the passengers that got to go towards, like, Dillsboro and Sylvia get on this train. Wait a second, wait a minute. What are you doing? Okay, that was odd. Anyway, this is pretty much like the center point for my passenger cars, or my passenger trains, I should say. So what I do is both my passenger trains will meet right here and offload all of their passengers here, because the passenger car or the passenger train that's not here yet that goes to Bryson, Hemingway, Alarka Junction. Um, that train will pick up passengers that want to go to Sylvia, Dillsboro, Wilmot, all those places. So what I do is bring both my trains here to the, basically the meeting point here in the middle. I don't know if it's you really want to consider it the middle or not, but you know, uh, this is the best place for them to meet up. And then That train offloads those passengers here, and then it gets on this train, and this train will take them to their destination. And this train does the same thing, only it picks up people up at Sylvia, Dillsboro, and Wilmot, picks up passengers there that want to go to Bryson, Hemingway, and Alarka Junction. So when this train gets to this spot, it'll offload all of those passengers here, and then all the passengers that just got dropped off here will then get on the other train, and that other train will take the passengers to Bryson, Hemingway, and Alarka Junction. So in reality, my passengers have to take, most of the time, most of them have to take 2 trains to get to where they have to go instead of just one. Now, I probably could sell one of my trains and sell all the passenger cars and just run one train, but I feel like having 2 trains that meet up in the middle, you don't have to go from one end of the map clear all the way over to the other end of the map, and you know constantly got to worry about cold and water, wear and tear, all that good stuff. So for me, I feel like having 2 trains for passenger is the way to go. That's just me. Some of you probably only have just one train, and that's okay. But for me, I like to run 2. All right, we're back here at what used to be the Whittier interchange. So now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna unhook from these. Switch over back to train number 3 controls. We're gonna go over here and we are gonna get these cars all switched around. I don't remember if I have any other stops to make on my way to the Sylvia interchange or not. I gotta double check, but I can do that later. Let's see, I gotta get train number 1 out of the way, so I guess we'll just put it right there for the time being. Okay, what's going on here, boys and girls? What, the freaking switch? Something going on with the switch? Alright, well then I guess I'll just put you back here. Apparently there was one too many switches being turned all at once. Okay, where were we? Number 3, you need to go here. So once we get these cars that have to go to the interchange, once those are hooked up, I'll put this car back here where the green one is, hook back onto the other cars, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so before we do that, I'm going to check on my passenger trains here because it looks like they're both here, which they are. So this is what we do. We go ahead. All of these passengers that are on this train have got to get on this train. And all of the passengers that are on this train got to get on this train. So what I do is I go in here to my passenger trains and everybody gets offloaded. Just like so. So everybody that is on this train is now going into the Whittier Depot. And now we're going to do the same thing to the other cars. So, and again, I mean, I don't know if running just one train is the easiest route to go. I would assume that having just one passenger train probably would be the way to go. But I don't know. Having two trains that meet up in the middle, there's not as much travel time on both trains, I suppose. I mean, I don't really know if that's true or not. I guess I've never really tested that theory, but I figured having one train going one way and then one train going another way would maybe help. I don't really know if it does, but I'm set up this way now. So maybe here in the future I'll get rid of one engine and then just have one train hook up to all my passenger cars. I'm not really too sure, but we'll see. Alright, so now it looks like everybody is off the trains. So now for the train going to Bryson and so on and so forth. Well, actually, you go to Elyria before you go to Bryson, so we got to choose all of these locations for this train. All right. And then this train, we got to pick up and get all of the passengers that want to go to Dillsboro, Wilmot, and Sylvia. Wait for everybody to get loaded up here, and then we'll go ahead and we will send these trains on their way. We still have 6 passengers waiting. Why do we still have 6 passengers waiting? Okay, so all the passengers have been switched and are on their proper trains. So we can send train number 2 on its way. And we can send train number 4 on its way, but we're going to wait until train number 3 gets out in front of it. so it does not have to get stuck behind the passenger train making multiple stops. So that train's going to sit there for the time being. Okay, switch over to the proper train. Set its destination there. Finish hooking this up. And we need to release the handbrake. Okay. Okay. Yeah, for fudge. No, okay. Are we good? No. I had my shift key down. Why weren't you working? Alright. Now we can put this car back over here. Brake line applied. Huh. Whoops. I know the next go around we're gonna have ourselves some serious rail cars to bring back the next time, because I'm gonna have all my coal cars are gonna be empty. So this one's gonna be a little on the longer side, guys. So I do apologize for that. Um, we're probably gonna be 45 plus minutes in when it's all said and done. Want to get this beached in here and hook up to those cars over there and get them hooked up and ready to go before I end it here. But yeah, not a whole lot goes on in a matter of a few minutes. I mean, this entire time it's basically just been me going from one place to the other, picking up cars and checking on passenger trains, which is kind of a pretty easy thing to do, really. So, but it is time consuming. Yeah, it looks like my one passenger train made it to Elyria. Make sure everybody gets picked up here. No, we don't want to pick those people up. They can wait. So now this train should be ready to go forward, just like I was about to say. Alright, let's get this train hooked up here. Release the handbrake. Alright, now we're going to put those cars right there. Yeah, it was like instances like right here that was getting me in trouble. I wouldn't have these cars or some other set of cars not backed in far enough, and it would catch right here on this very edge and derail the train that was coming up by it. So I was talking about that earlier about my safety percentage being low, and it's instances right there that I was just talking about that aggravate me. Everything's going good, everything's going fine, and then wham, something blindsides you and your freaking safety percentage goes down. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to see what track number 4 uses. If it'll use this one, or if it's going to use this one. I'm hoping it uses this track right here, but we'll see. If it does, I can at least bring the passenger train up this far. If it does come up this track, then oh well, it's got to wait on this train anyway, because I don't want to have this train behind it getting stuck at every stop from here to Sylvia. So I've said it before and I'll say it again, guys. You know, the one thing about this game is that it really keeps your mind and your brain moving. Like you're constantly thinking about, you know, how to hook up to your cars, how to switch cars around, where to put them, all that good stuff. Thinking about how this train and my other passenger train that's going to be coming this way are going to be going in the same direction, and thinking, well, I should probably have this train go first so it doesn't have to wait on the passenger train, since it has a lot more stops to make than what this train does. And just yeah, just constantly thinking. And something else I just was thinking about, I just had the passenger train stop because I don't want it to be in the way for when I fill this up with water, because it's probably going to need it. We're pretty good on coal, so shouldn't have to worry too much about coal. All right, guys, we are all set to head to the Sylvia interchange. So I gotta top this train off real quick with water, and we'll be heading towards Sylvia with a few cars to drop off. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I want to thank you guys again for watching. I know this one's a little bit longer than usual, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Um, want to remind you guys to leave your comments down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have a quick second, hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date with what's going on here on the channel. And hope everybody's doing well. And I hope to see you on the next upload, which I hope to get out to you guys here very soon.